In this video, we're talking about exactly how fractional executives find new clients. And notice I said new clients, not just the people you already know. First, I'm going to explain the borrowed momentum trap and why relying on your existing network is a guaranteed path to feast or famine. Then I'll walk you through how to transition from accidental referrals to engineered word of mouth. I'll also share the exact help, sales, and fund framework you need to build a referral engine outside of your immediate circle. And lastly, I'll explain how to install a consistent fractional operating system so you never have to worry about where your next client is coming from. Let's dive in. When you first launch your fractional business, finding clients feels easy. You update your LinkedIn, you send out a few emails to former colleagues, and you land your first contract. This is what I call borrowed momentum. You're cashing in on the relationships you built over the last decade. But here's the hard truth. Borrowed momentum always runs out. Your immediate network is finite. Eventually, you will tap out of your warm connections, and if you haven't built a system to find new clients, your pipeline will collapse. The most successful fractional executives do not rely on accidental referrals. They do not wait for someone in their network to remember them. They build a predictable client acquisition engine that generates new opportunities from people they've never met. If you want to know how fractional executives find new clients, the answer is this. They engineer word of mouth. So let's break down exactly how to do that. The first step in finding new clients is recognizing that your existing network is not a business strategy. When you rely on borrowed momentum, you are entirely dependent on luck. You are hoping that someone you know happens to talk to a CEO who happens to need your exact skill at the exact moment you're available. That's not a pipeline. That's a lottery ticket. To find new clients, you have to expand your surface area. You have to become visible to the people who don't know you yet, but desperately need the transformation you provide. This requires a fundamental shift in how you spend your time. You have to stop spending 100% of your energy delivering for your current clients and start dedicating a specific portion of your week to planting seeds for your future clients. The second step is transitioning from accidental referrals to engineered word of mouth. Accidental referrals happen when you do good work and someone happens to mention your name. Engineered word of mouth happens when you intentionally equip other people to sell for you. You do this by creating compounding content that clearly articulates your proprietary method. When you publish a 10 things list or a deep dive case study, you aren't just sharing information. You're giving your exact network the language they need to refer you. So instead of saying, hey, you should talk to Sarah, she's a great fractional CMO, they're going to say, you should talk to Sarah. She has this incredible 30-day marketing engine diagnostic that fixes exactly what you're struggling with. You have to give people the tools to talk about you when you're not in the room. The third step is targeting the right people to engineer that word of mouth. You can't just broadcast your message into the void. You need to target the people who already have the trust of your ideal client. This is the help, sales, and funds framework. Who else helps your target client? If you're a fractional COO, maybe it's a fractional CFO or an executive coach. Who else sells to your target client? Think about enterprise software vendors or specialized recruiters who are already inside the company. Who funds your target client? Venture capital and private equity firms are always looking for trusted operators to fix the companies they've just invested in. To find new clients, you don't pitch the CEO directly. You build strategic relationships with the people who help sell and fund the CEO. When you become the go-to expert for these three groups, they permanently become your referral engine. The final step is consistency. You cannot build an engineered word of mouth engine if you only work on it when you need a client. You need a permanent fractional operating system. You need a fractional OS. It requires consistent action even when you're fully booked. You need to use AI agents to gather daily market intelligence so you know exactly who is getting funded and who is experiencing leadership changes. You need to do 10 outreaches a week to your help, sales, and funds network, always asking for 2 or more connections. You need to broadcast your signal by posting compounding content once a week, and you need to engage with your Dream 100 3 times a week. Finding new clients is not a one-time campaign. It is a relentless, consistent system that you have to deliberately build. When you install your Fractional OS, your network is always warm, your signal is always broadcasting, and your pipeline isn't empty. So when we talk about how fractional executives find new clients, we're not talking about tapping into your existing network. We're not talking about waiting for accidental referrals. We're talking about building a predictable acquisition engine. It means escaping the borrowed momentum trap and expanding your surface area. It means engineering word of mouth by giving people the exact language they need to refer you. It means using the Help Sales and Funds framework to build a referral engine outside of your immediate circle. And it means installing a consistent fractional operating system to keep your pipeline full. When you master this system, you will stop hunting for work and the work will start finding you. Now that you understand how to find new clients, if you want to see how to turn those opportunities into a predictable, scalable business, go watch this video next. The system behind predictable pipeline for fractional executives. In that video, you'll see how to take these strategies and build them into a cohesive system that runs even when you're busy delivering client work. Go watch that video next.